However, the common goal here on a planet such as yours is for there to be a majority, at least, a majority of energy that allows for the good outcomes. When I say good, for a better outcome than what went before. Before I answer the other question, does this make sense to you, my dear?
It does, and actually, it's making me think that one of the benefits of the lockdowns that are going on around the world and the restrictions is that many people, for the first time perhaps in their lives, are suddenly desiring freedom.
Exactly. It focuses the mind, does it not? One of the reasons why in this month I have been saying, enjoy the solitude. Make the most of the solitude. Feel what your soul truly desires so that you can manifest it. Even though humans are naturally impatient, of course you are. You have a short time on earth every time you come here. It is inbuilt in you to be impatient to a certain degree. And of course, we do not like to have what we see as freedoms, but they are only momentary. They're like high-level freedoms, being taken away. It is like a child who is saying at a breakfast time, I'm not allowed to have the cereal I like most. From the adult's point of view, they think, well, what does it actually matter, really? But for the child, it is very important. And this is the thing. There's immediate freedoms at the moment that people feel like they do not have, would give vast freedom in the future if they use the time wisely, if they allow the solitude to allow them to really connect in with their heart, to really desire and to project, a bit like I was talking about filling up like an empty shell of what is best for the world. We can only really desire very high level when we see ourselves as part of the whole. If we are desiring from a place where we are the center of the universe, we do not get very far. When we see ourselves as an integral part of the universe, then it is a different matter altogether. That is where the power comes in. That is where the focus, and that is where we can move through. Understand, yes?
I do, yes. Thank you, Zach.
And this leads me on a little bit to the 3D, 5D question. This is more about perception. How do we know if we are 3D, 5D? It's not like a test, like the test for the vaccine, all of those sorts of things. There is not a scientific test where you can put your finger in some water and the water turns color if you're in 5D and one in 3D. The thing about the difference is where your heart is projecting. And therefore, if you are truly in 5D, you can live with 3D no problem at all. The reason being is because 5D, you move past any individual judgment. And this really does follow on from what we were saying. To be in a fifth dimensional form, you are really only about the unity and oneness and acceptance. Acceptance of self, acceptance of others. If somebody, even a very close loved one, has completely opposing views from yours, eats differently, sleeps differently, has different entertainment, enjoyments, any of these things, it is not about bearing with it. It is not about thinking, well, when I come into the 5D, I can explain to them. It is none of these things. It is saying to, aren't they wonderful as they are? And they may change into 5D, they may not. Most likely we're all going there, of course, in that way. But then there will not be an impatience to get them there. There will not be an impatience. They will not have to have an argument between. It will simply say, I love you exactly as you are. You know, when you have a child growing up, you do not look at the child when they're 6 and think, you know what, I will love them so much when they are 10. Does not happen. Ask any parent. They love them exactly as they are. And then when they look at photos and they see how much they change year after year, they haven't even noticed because they haven't been loving the future. They have been loving who they are at that moment in time. So you could really say that this is more about a question of love. If somebody is around you that you care about, even if they have completely opposing views, do not worry about them. Just love them. Understand, Eve?
I do. What a lovely way of explaining it. Thank you, Zach.
Maybe scientists will bring up a test though, now that I put it out there. Glass of water.
Well, I'm sure people are dipping in and out of 3D, 5D, 4D, on a regular basis.
Exactly. We are not in the point of this universe where everybody is in 5D or everybody is in 3D.
No.
There is always a spectrum, and a far vaster spectrum than anyone can think about. And so we may feel one day we are in 5D or we are 3D. I'd say just accept it, go with it. A bit like you could look in the mirror and you can see dark circles under your eyes, and you can say, oh my goodness, I need to get some more sleep, or I am deficient in something. Take it just as a sign to yourself. That is all.
Yeah. And I think that helps people who are listening to be able to cope with maybe family members who are on have a different mindset or different set of beliefs, just to be loving towards them.
Exactly. Think about the things, not so much the differences. Don't worry about the differences. Focus on what there is the commonality. Commonality may not be actual, same likes, dislikes. The commonality may simply be a love for each other, a love for a sibling, a love for, somebody else that is in your life. Think about something that holds that person dear to you. Think of that, not the differences.